His voice was groggy, and I could tell he'd just woken up, which only irritated me more. The nerve! I was the one bearing a burden. A 3-year complaint he clearly did nothing to fix. I'm about to ream him for what should have been 2 weeks ago. Mr. Grant, I texted 2 weeks ago about my AC having this issue. I paid for the cleanup this disgusting thing needs. Ah, the irony. And the urgency, he returned, sounding more exhausted than anything. Yeah, I got your text, and the others, actually. I'll get your system all fixed up by tonight or tomorrow if time allows. Can't be letting it grow gunkier for the poor mice, because it's obvious some of the critters are enjoying the company. His voice grew more aggrieved, as if he was recalling everything at once. Yesterday, that new Earth Betra from 304 had nearly strangled a little possum near my truck to death, and the same goddamn day, that lady from 312 stopped me because there was a raccoon in her dryer. And now that lady in 301's cat's missing? Hell if I know where it went, but if I find it in one of these ducks, I swear. I could tell I really must have run out of a response. He caught my pause quickly. Anyway, sorry Mr. Delane. I'll just pick up some coils and clean everything out before the day's over. Okay, how about 5? I offered, sounding a little more relaxed myself. I'm off around 6 unless old Monday catches up with me first. Yes please, I muttered. Start. He hung up. Sighing, I slumped out of bed, returning to what had been day 6 of this disaster. Believe me, it's not easy when the air conditioner's out midsummer, especially when it's one of those muggy weeks where the air is still but the mosquitoes never quit. Work at the office felt like a crawl, though. The warm air inside was little better than the stifling humidity that awaited me between breaks. I could practically taste I adjusted the fan just as if it was going to start all over again when I sat down, so the warmth of that atmosphere was finally lifted off my shoulders. A faint sigh of relief came out of me. The calming pitter-patter of rain against my bedroom window that followed fell into a new state of peace. My veins nearly finally breathing, I leaned back from my chair, letting the warm breeze wash over me. For the first time since the AC broke, I felt the cold surface of relief. My eyes fluttered. The distinct cluster of crickets mixing their low alert out of some unusually high tree grew warmer, joined in sporadic rhythm by the glow of my desk lamp. Slowly, I stood, my heart picking up speed as I moved toward the noise. The creak of my door echoed softly as I stepped out onto the hall, hearing the faint tapping coming from outside. I made my way slowly, my right footstep brushed against the cold pattern of the neighbor's marble tile around the door arch. My fingers brushed it, finding an old warmth between the house. Then I found before me the piece of a plate I had never put down in my whole life. Something foreign, something half covered in water stains. A piece of something began to tilt toward me. I froze as another plate hit the floor, shattering. My breath halted again, as I realized I hadn't placed anything there. My heart began racing wildly. Night. Or day. Only time whispers what I'd lose to go on. Footsteps that rippled past, like dripping water. Just silence. I stood frozen. 5 full inhales. 5 long minutes. Then the shadow twitched unnervingly, and the room's dim fixtures fluttered once. A sharp rasp of my breath surfaced to my ears, and the faint metallic tang of terror turned over my tongue. My heart began to pulse harder, blood rushing cold, creeping into my joints as if alive. A slow exhale escaped my mouth. The floor beneath my carpet jolted slightly, like something had just dragged in again. And this time, the movement closer, the whisper of anticipation grew more prominent. My chest tightened, and before I knew it, my eyes were wet with tears I hadn't realized were forming. The tension snapped, and I bolted to my room, slamming the door behind me. The echoing thud shifted above everything, drowning out the muffled sounds that were beyond my walls. My back pressed against the door, dizzy. I might be insane. The only certain comfort I had left was the idea they were gone, leaving the apartment, that room that barely reached its end. I sat with my hands to my chest, hugging myself tightly. My forehead rested against my knees, and for a brief moment I felt slightly calmer, as if the sound of my own breathing was the only proof that I was still there, that it was me and not the hum of my chest. I heard the faint scuttling of the air again, the slow murmuring toward the corner. The haunting noise carried from the slit of the door, slowly lulling me to sleep.